So welcome back to the conclusion of this 1991 Speedway final from Sweden, of course, where a lot of questions have still got to be answered as we move swiftly on to heat number 17, which sees Michael Turnberg coming for a reserve outing, replacing Nicholas Carlson. Boss Orre in blue, Patrick Carlson in white, and Joachim Carlson in yellow and black. And drive from the start, it is Boss Orre who leads, but Joachim Carlson trying to come around the outside of him, can't do it on that particular bend. So it is the reserve, Mikael Turnberg, who's setting the pace in heat number 17 and saying, I just wish I'd have been in this meeting beforehand. Joachim Carlson in second place, Patrick Carlson in third, and really it is fair to say a reserve coming out stone cold is doing exceptionally well here in heat number 17. But so many questions still to be answered here in this Swedish Speedway final. As always, the cameras of Hot Shots Transmission and TV Media bringing you the best possible coverage here on Screen Sport. And this is one of the epics of the Speedway calendar. The Swedish Speedway final from Vetlanda is Mikael Turnberg still holds on to pole position. Joachim Carlson in second place, but not making up any more ground, which will mean that he will end this final on 10 points. And at 19 years of age, that's quite creditable indeed. But coming to take the win is Turnberg that wins. Joachim Carlson in second place, Patrick Carlson third. But there he is, Mikael Turnberg from Halstavik, who gets the 3 points as he wins that particular outing, and congratulations to him. And the second place, of course, went to Joachim Carlson, the 19-year-old from Västervik. So heat number 18, and this one is yet again where some questions are going to be answered. Peter Carlson is in red, Jörgen Johansson blue, Dennis Lufqvist white, and Eric Stenlund in yellow and black. If Peter Carlson wins this one, it will mean that he will at least going to a runoff for the Swedish title of 1991. Only Peter Norlin and Klaus Iversen can join him on that total, but they will still have it to do. So Peter Carlson, a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He's won the title in 1989 in Eskilstuna. He's in red in gate number 1. Johansson blue, gate 2. Lufqvist white, gate 3. Stenlund on the outside, but it is Carlson who's got there. Peter Carlson into that second turn and out of it in pole position. Jörgen Johansson second, Eric Stenlund third. But all eyes are on the man in pole position at the moment from, of course, Mariestad. Had a brief spell with Wolverhampton in the Sunbright League. But coming round the third and fourth turn here in Vetlanda, looking in control of things. And for Peter Norlin and Klaus Iversen in the pits, they know they've got it all to do now. Peter Carlson still in pole position, Jörgen Johansson second, Eric Stenlund third in that order. And Peter Carlson with the bit between his teeth now as we enter the final lap of heat number 18. This will mean that the Partick sponsored rider from Mariestad will end up on 13 points. Round the final two bends, straightens up that machine, comes out, it's Carlson who wins. Second place is Jörgen Johansson. Third place is Eric Stenlund. So there he is, Peter Carlson, who knows at least he's going to have one more outing. If they drop points, then he is the Swedish champion. It's quite as easy as that. But all the pressure now are on Peter Norlin and Klaus Iversen to win their final outings to see if they can get in a run-off. Well, there he is, one of those riders who knows exactly what he's got to do. John Cook, of course, the American Speedway ace, is in the pits with him, giving him advice. But the advice is simply to win this one, Peter. He's in red. Jimmy Nilsson is in blue. There's the other fellow who's got to win as well, Klaus Iversen. And just look at the opposition, Tony Rickardson as well, who has also got to get into the frame to try and, the point, should I say, to get into the frame. It's so complicated, but for the rider in red and white in particular, they know they've got to win this one to get in the run-off for the title. And the clutches are dropped, and into that first turn they all drive. And it's Norlin and Iversen together. Iversen on the outside, Norlin on the inside, and Norlin's just got the drop on Iversen. So Peter Norlin's there. Klaus Iversen trying to come round the outside of him. As Norlin lifts up terribly, and Klaus Iversen now cuts back on the inside. What a speedway race this is turning out to be. Norlin leads, Iversen second, Rickardson third, and Jimmy Nilsson fourth. But the cowboy from Eskilstuna has kept his cool, kept his composure. Klaus Iversen was there and thereabouts for a lap and a half, but now Nolleen begin in the pole clear. But Klaus Iversen coming under pressure from Tony Rickardsson from minor placings. Rickardsson taking the inside line with one more lap to go. Well, barring any problems, there's going to be a run-off now for pole position between Peter Carlson and Peter Nolleen. Klaus Iversen in second place in this heat, but coming around the final two bends, and there's going to be a run-off for the title as Nolleen gets there. Second place is Klaus Iversen. Third place is Tony Rickardsson. So Peter Nolleen gets the win he so badly needed. And Peter Carlson and Peter Nolleen are going to have a run-off for the 1991 Swedish Speedway title. But Peter Nolleen gets a good win in heat number 90. So the final heat, heat number 20, although we now know we've got to have a run-off for the championship. This one is Henko Gustafsson in red, Per Jonsson blue, Stefan Dano in white, and Tony Olsson is in yellow and black. And just to muck things up, if Per Jonsson gets a win in this one, it will mean there'll also be a run-off between him and Klaus Iversen for the bronze medal. So this is heat number 20. On goes the green light, up go the tapes to the engines roar, and it's the rider in yellow and black, Tony Olsson, who's there. Yellow and black, Tony Olsson's got there. Second place is Henrik Gustafsson, but Per Jonsson comes around the outside of Henrik Gustafsson. So Olsson leads. Jonsson in second place. Olsson really has rode superbly well here at Vetlanda, considering he had that fall on the second turn of the opening race. Jonsson in second place. Gustafsson third. But Tony Olsson, of course, from the tiny island of Gotland, but just look at Jonsson now, coming up to mount his challenge. 2 laps gone, and Jonsson moves swiftly up the inside of Tony Olsson. Olsson drops it on him, still there in pole position. Great scrap for the connoisseur of speedway racing. It's now Henrik Gustafsson comes back into the fray. We've got one more lap to go in heat number 20. And Jonsson now tries the outside line on Tony Olsson. Olsson still leads. Jonsson now comes up alongside it and takes the lead. Jonsson's through. Per Jonsson, the former world champion, comes through from nowhere to take the win and force a run-off for the bronze medal position. Well, talk about leaving it to the last minute. Tony Olsson shows his appreciation as a sportsman we all know he is. He gets the 2 points for finishing in second place. And Henrik Gustafsson has to be content with third place. So Per Jonsson gets a win, and that means now there'll be 2 run-offs. Here is the old wave goes around Vetlanda Stadium. And even the old Swedes join in with the fun. So 2 run-offs. And here's the first one of them, the run-off for the bronze medal position. Per Jonsson rides in red, and Klaus Iversen rides in white. That's for the bronze medal position, with both riders ending up on 12 points. So Klaus Iversen, of course, younger brother of Connie Iversen, who's with him in the pits with a broken collarbone, and to be fair, nobody gave him much chance in this final, but he's rode superbly well to end up on 12 points. So this is the run-off for the bronze medal position as the tapes rise and the engine's driving in that first turn. And Jonsson on the inside, Iversen on the outside. And who's going to get the initiative down the back straight? It's just Jonsson who got there. So Jonsson leads. Iversen in second place. And Per Jonsson, who was so bitterly disappointed after the world final, where he relinquished that crown, of course, to Jano Petersen at the Ullevi Stadium. Second place is here is Klaus Iversen, who would dearly have loved to go on the rostrum, but looks as though he's going to have to be content with 4th place, which I'm sure before the meeting had started he'd been well pleased with. So Per Jonsson looking set to be in the frame for his 6th consecutive year of Swedish Speedway finals. Jonsson was a winner in 86, 87 and 88, and in 3rd place in 89, 90 and 91. So now the quest for title boils to fever pitch. All that's gone on beforehand means nothing. It's the next 4 laps of Speedway action which will determine who will become the 1991 Speedway champion of Sweden. Peter Carlson rides in red, Peter Nolleen in white, both riders tying on 13. This is a dramatic runoff for the title. And it's Nolleen from the outside who's got there. Nolleen's got there. Carlson drives in wide, though. Carlson gets underneath it. So Peter Carlson takes the lead. Norleen in second place. So Peter Carlson from Motorstadion is in pole position with 1 lap gone. Peter Norleen from Eskilstuna in second place. And Peter Carlson, of course, won that title in '89 in Eskilstuna, also in a runoff. That time he beat Mikael Blitz after both riders had tied yet again. And this time it looks like Peter Carlson's going to get another win after a dramatic runoff. So Lady Luck shines for Peter Carlson in runoffs, and he rode superbly well this evening. Peter Carlson coming round to take the crown of the 1991 Swedish Speedway Championship. And just look at the officials here at Vetlanda, throwing him in the air, and so richly deserved. Second place goes to Peter Norleen. Congratulations to him as well for providing some great action. Per Jonsson takes the bronze medal on 12 points. Well, that too is after a run-off with Klaus Iversen, who can feel a very, very proud rider indeed. He ended up also on 12. Tony Rickardson, Joachim Karlsson, what a tremendous performance by him, just 19 years of age, on 10 points along with Tony Olsen. Enga Gustafsson on 8 and Jimmy Nielsen 7. Eric Stenlund on 6, Jörgen Johansson on 5, Dennis Lufquist 4, Bus Oren on 2, Patrick Carlson on 2, and Nicholas Carlson on 2, and Stefan Dano not having things all his own way, ending up on 1 point. So on behalf of Tommy Randers and Transmission and TV Media, this is Clive Fisher saying, hope you've enjoyed the 1991 Speedway Final from Vetlanda, and it's good night from Sweden.